of Blue and White started. Stand by, everyone. You're going to hear a brief pause, and then I will start recording the episode. Hello everyone, Rituro here with another episode of Blue and White, my video review, video diary, let's play of Football Manager 2014, specifically with the Vancouver Whitecaps in Major League Soccer. A good episode for you today. Let's start off with roster news. Darren Mattocks is back from injury. Thank goodness. We have been missing him so desperately as he recovers from his injury. It was a broken ankle that kept him up for 3 months. Oh, horrible. But he is back now, and thank goodness. He's actually linking up with the Jamaican international squad, so good for him. Injury not slowing down his international career. Good for Darren. I did actually recently activate his contract extension. He was being targeted by Swiss and French clubs, so quickly activated that contract extension. He's under contract until 2016, going nowhere, thank goodness. Another piece of roster and injury news here, and it's not a good one. Milan Borjan has been injured, fractured jaw, out for 4 to 5 weeks, and forced him out of the Canadian national team. Now again, part of this is my fault. The Caps had a full week off, and I bumped their, you can't quite see it here, but I bumped their training up to high intensity, and that, sure enough, I lose my starting goalkeeper. Not good, which means Dominic Gantar will be drawing in for today's featured match against Columbus with Bendick on the bench. Another piece of roster news from the world of MLS, actually. Let's take a quick look here at the league table. Sporting Kansas City, currently sitting atop the table, managed to pick up DeMarcus Beasley, a U.S. men's national team fixture, who has returned to MLS, apparently, and is now a member of Sporting KC. So a rich get richer kind of scenario here. Despite coming through allocation, Beasley ended up with Sporting. So, yeah, quite the coup there. You would think one of the lower teams in allocation would have gotten him, but I guess not. And he even gets a 1-year extension on his contract lasting until 2015, making just under DP money, not quite DP. So there you go. Other than that, I will quickly show off the current squad. As you saw there, Borjan was unhappy to be excluded from the Canada squad. This is the current call-up here, featuring Franco Lewis, Russell Tybert, Kyle Porter, Ian Hugh, and Caleb Clark. That's a lot of Vancouver content. Quite the coup to have that many national teamers playing for one squad. Very happy about that. Marcel de Jong still unattainable by all standards. He's not coming home. As much as I would love him on back left, then I'd probably lose like my entire team when call-ups happen, and that wouldn't be good. That would not be fun. Not fun at all. On the U20 side, we do have some Vancouver content as well. From the U23s, Angelo Carmelo Fletcher gets called up. Adrian Russell Rayner and Sam Adekugbe from the main squad get called up. Ivan Velastegui has been called up from the residency program. He is on my short list, but unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be good enough to actually make an impact on the first team, so I don't have as high hopes for him as I once did. Dominic Gantar called up to the U20s as well as a keeper. Also from residency, Steve Jackman called up, so good for him. So what's this? Callum Ferguson from Inverness CT? Have you ever been called up for the U20s from Scotland? I would like to know about this. I would very much like to know about what is going on overseas, see if I can help him come home. From that, though, we go back to the club level, and let's take a look at what's been happening on the club level here. As you can see, our wonderful undefeated streak came to an end at the hands of Philadelphia, a 2-1 loss. We'll get to that in a second, though. The last match before we took a break was San Jose, a 3-0 win at home, televised. Oh, it was a very solid win, capped up by a brace from Gershon Kofi, and Kyle Porter, in his return to first-team action, gets a goal. So at this time, it was 2 first-team appearances, 2 goals. Boy, that Kyle Porter signing looked really, really good. And I still think it looks good. I have absolutely no problem bringing Kyle Porter to the Whitecaps. Let's take a look at the match itself here. 3 goals to show you. Just Evan Bush's goal kick only gets as far, actually goes all the way through to Borjan, my apologies. Adam John flicks it on straight to Borjan. Borjan then responds by kicking it right back out. Over the head of Moro to Mesquita. And Mesquita's cross to Hume, back to Mesquita, goes far post. Reporter is all alone, and that header beats Bush, no problem whatsoever. 1-0. That is the winning goal, but Vancouver weren't done. Not by a long shot. 10-9 with the shots, so it was actually a decently close game here. Borjan's goal kick only as far as Victor Bernardez, but Demerit then nods it back forward. A little bit of a header battle in midfield before Kofi finally gets it. Hume to Mane. Up to Hume, who plays it off to Kofi. Hume with the assist to Kofi, so Hume at least contributing in some manner at the attack. 2-0 Vancouver. So we still wait for Hume's first goal. Barklage is intercepted by Kofi easily. Kofi then decides to run it in himself, lays it off for Beitashour. Beitashour's cross finds Kofi again, off the bar and in. Kofi all the way up from midfield. Nobody catches the Ghanaian Canadian. And that is how it ends, 3-0 to the Caps. From there, we had a friendly against Swansea. Swansea! I mean, we're getting international attention here. They actually made the offer to us for the friendly, as opposed to the Anderlecht friendly, which we had to go out and ask for. But Swansea, of course, are in the Premiership, so it's an excellent test of how are they doing right now in the Premiership. 14th, okay. Could be better, could be worse. But anytime you get a friendly to test yourself against superior opposition, you take it. And a 2-1 win is a fantastic result, especially when you consider the goals came from Caleb Clark and Ian Hume. So they are certainly going to keep fighting for time up front, which is fine by me. Starting 11, Joe Bendick, Franco Lewis, Bryce Alderson, Johnny Leverone, Kosuke Kimura in the back. So it's a ton of reserves and kids, just trying to spread out the rotation here, get everybody a chance to play. In the middle, Rio Coker and Ken O'Connor. Up front, Tiernan Hart, Scott Munn, who's on trial, Kakuta Mane, Caleb Clark. Munn, I really like, but I don't think I have the roster space to hire him. I've got the cap space, but I don't think I have a roster slot for him. I would like to bring Munn in, though. He would be an excellent depth signing and attacking mid where I am critically short. On the bench, Gantar, Beitashour, Kleber, Demerit, and Schuler. So that's my second wave, is all my starting defenders. Gershon Kofi, Stefan Felbab, Jason Holt, Nicholas Mosqueda, Kyle Porter, and Ian Hume. It looked like it was actually going to be a 1-1 draw here until Hume scored the winner. So let's take a look at the goals. Bendick's goal kick over the heads of everybody before Clark nods it down to Munn, who feeds Clark, and Clark scores that. Caleb Clark, an excellent goal to open the proceedings in the 22nd minute. However, with time winding down, perhaps a little bit of overconfidence, as Boney runs in, beats Gantar, and it's all tied up. A late equalizer, but thankfully it was not to be. Gantar with the goal kick, played short to Beitashour, nods it to the center to Felbab. Back to Kofi. Felbab finds Holt. Holt plays it in. Hume can't get to the back pass. Kleber to Porter. He'd make sure Hume gets a second crack at it, though. Beitashour. Kofi. Beitashour. To Kofi. Holt. Mosqueda. Hume. That's a pretty passing play. A very pretty passing play. Off the bar and in. That's your winner in stoppage time. 2-1 Vancouver. After that, it was the match that ended our wild unbeaten streak. Just count the games here in MLS competition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-game unbeaten streak. A fantastic streak to get us into the playoff pictures. Unfortunately snapped by Philly. 2-1 loss away. Connor Casey and Jose Luis Martinez scoring late to win for Philly. So a distressing collapse here, considering we had first choice defenders on the field. Not a good night out. Porter also an off night for him, and Hume still not convincing up front. Let's take a look at the goals. There we are. But to say, Football Manager, don't let me down here. Kleber off the free kick. It counts as a goal for Kleber. I could have sworn that was an own goal on Andre Blake, but no, they say it's an Olympico. Kleber with the goal off the corner. But then in response, And this is just shoddy collapse here from Vancouver, allowing this comeback to happen. Akugo to Adu, Connor Casey all alone over a diving Borjan. And you know what? I would have been happy escaping with a draw. Philly, however, wanted the win. And they would get it here. AJ Soares for to Maurice Adu. Martinez to Casey. Unfortunately doesn't get to him, which is why he isn't offside. Akugo. Keon Daniel. Inside to Connor Casey, whose cross finds Martinez. The injured Martinez heads it in. Just a very poor collapse. Now, Kofi claims this was offside. I'm not sure I quite believe that. Let's take a look at when Casey strikes the ball here. Casey strikes it. Well, let's just back it there. He strikes it there. No, the last defender is Demerit, and Martinez is clearly behind him. So it's definitely onside. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Even more unfortunate, it was in the 5th minute of stoppage time. I believe there was only 3 minutes called for, so maybe it's the ref's fault, but really, you shouldn't collapse like that. Shouldn't be happening. Speaking of collapses, though, we got the Comeback King Achievement Award for defeating TFC 3-2, went down 2 goals before halftime, and then stormed back to win it on a Mesquita penalty. Hume finally scored in league play! Woo! Thank you, Ian Hume! Oh, we've been waiting so long for that goal. Let's take a look at here. 5 goals to show off on a good night for the backline this time. Kleber and Demera did very well, and Mesquita and Kofi from the midfield. And of course, Ian Hume gets a goal, and it's a big one to kick off the comeback. Comeback Kings! Comeback Kings! Here's how it started at a rainy BMO field. Jermaine Defoe opens the proceedings in the 10th minute. A good goal from Defoe, poor marking from the Caps. That would be corrected, but not immediately. Borjan, his goal kick is intercepted, and although the Caps do briefly have possession in the midfield, it is soon lost as Schuler to Rio Coker to Holt. Over to Mesquita, but Julio Cesar snuffs that out. His long goal kick finds Gilberto to Skumats. Castro. Eleman. Laba should be a Caps. Disappointed that he isn't. Hagland to Osorio. Now that is why I am, in a way, okay that Borjan takes some time off, because that was just horrible. Let's just look at this one more time, shall we? This embarrassment of a goal. Osorio gets the ball. He has options. It's a cross. Gilberto and Demerit go for it. Demerit misses it. And Borjan lets the ball trickle past him. An embarrassing goal. Ugh, horrible. Thankfully, the Caps would rally. Kofi to Hume. Waits for help to Rio Coker. To Mesquita. Mesquita gets the ball. There's the assist. Hume makes no mistake. All alone heads it in for his first as a Cap. That's a goal you have to finish. That's what I'm paying him for. Skumowicz throws it into Rio Coker to Kofi. Perhaps inspired by Hume's first goal. Mane. Kleber. Rio Coker. Kleber again. Second attempt with the cross. Off the keeper and in. Again, I'm not sure why they aren't counting these as own goals. But, hey, it's a goal nonetheless. And then Mesquita from the penalty spot ices it. Goal, says the commentator, and I agree, because that's how we won it 3-2 over Toronto. Always a good victory. And then the final match, a 2-1 win over Sporting Kansas City in Champions League. Now, if you'll recall, I was disappointed to not get that win over Comunicaciones because I knew points were going to be exceptionally difficult to get off of SKC. Amazingly, we did it. Sunisat actually opened the scoring for SKC, but the comeback was real. Gantar actually getting the win in goal with Franco Lewis and Johnny Leverone on defense. So we mixed in a lot of Canadian content here, and it paid off. Kyle Porter, player of the match, with his winning goal. Start in the 37th minute here. Nagamura to Feilhaber to Sapong. Plays inside. His first shot is blocked, but the second is scored. Very poor help for the keeper there, as Gantar was left to dry. Made a great stop on the first chance by Saad, but was helpless to do anything on the rebound. Thankfully, 2 goals from Vancouver did seal the deal. Porter to Kofi. Kofi inside to Clark. Clark to Mosqueda, and Mosqueda off both posts and in. Hume charging in to help it, but it's not necessary. Both posts and in from Mosqueda. That is the equalizing goal, and then the winner from Kyle Porter. Lewis and Schuler off the throw-in. Inside to Hart. Tiernan Hart's cross finds a rising Porter. A nice header into the back of the net past a somewhat surprisingly not yet retired Jimmy Nielsen. That's not historically accurate. But the point is, the Puma is defeated for SKC, Jimmy Nielsen's nickname, 2-1 win in Champions League, which leaves us in a good position, 4 points from 2 matches with a match against Comunicaciones. I'm not saying this is must win, but a win, and we are in great position to advance over Sporting. So, key though is we need that win. We definitely need that win. First things first, today's featured match is against the Columbus Crew, 18th place. It's a Tuesday midweek match. 4-4-1-1, 4-2-3-1, whatever you want to call that. Alright, who are we putting in? Gantar, Beitashour, Demaret, Leverone, Kleber, Coker, and Kofi. Schuler takes a break. Yeah, I think this is the squad we're going to go with. Let's see if Hume can score. Need a new squad number for Darren Mattocks. What do you need a new squad number for Mattocks? He's... Oh, right, he was on that stupidly huge injury. That's right. I also want to point this out. I haven't touched on it too much since I usually just skip past the jersey screen here. The number -1 was retired as a tribute to YP Lee, which tells me that you can retire jerseys as tributes to players. So if that's the case, I humbly propose that the 5 of Bobby Lenarduzzi and the 10 of Dominic Mobilio be retired as they are in real life. It's not that hard. Max gets his 11 back, and we are off to the races. Alright. Oh, no Higuain and no Tony Chani. Ooh, that is going to be fun. Keep an eye on Jairo Arrieta. Please. Close you down, if you please. Bum bum. Nope, weak-footed. And we'll also keep an eye on Agustin Viana. Probably interesting. We are at Crew Stadium, so I can't go diving in too heavily. Alright, everybody, go out there and impress me. I have faith in all of you to go out there and beat up on a team well below you in the standings. Alright. Vancouver in their road blues, Columbus in their traditional yellow kit. Here we go. Oh, good. Quick yellow card to Viana. Can handle that. Holt with the corner. Holt's corner. Looking for Demaret, just wide. Good job by Demaret to intercept that, and Porter looks for it, finds Hume. Hume is onside. Ian Hume saved by Clark. It's Clark, right? Yes, it is Clark. Holt. Oh, that header's over, but it's by a Columbus player out for another corner. Great early pressure from Vancouver. 4 shots and 2 corners within 10 minutes. Demaret all alone, but he can't unload the shot. Should have just had it first time. Columbus, all sorts of trouble here, and Toledo is not shy with the cards. Dan Palladini going into the books. Oh, this is good. Porter now, Kyle Porter. Covered well. Rio Coker inside the Holt. Holt skips the challenge of George. His shot is blocked by Hume. Well done, Hume. And cleared to the flanks by Columbus. Kleber. Holt. Brought down by Kevin George. That should be a yellow. He's already been warned once as Kevin George. And that is indeed a yellow. The free kick now for Kleber. Low, but right into Clark. Still Vancouver possession here. This might actually be a chance as Holt skips past his challenge. Hume to Rio Coker. Over the bar. A clear chance for Rio Coker is rifled high. Oh, you gotta bury those, Nige. You gotta bury those, NRC. Palladini. Viana. Hudson. Holt intercepts well. Rio Coker. Back to Jay Demerit. Demerit to Kofi. Kofi to Leverone. Johnny Leverone out to Kleber. Rio Coker. Porter. Goes long for Hume. Can't reach him. Hume was off to the races there. It's recovered by Vancouver. This time Hume's got it. From distance, saved by Clark. Shot 7-1. Vancouver possession also favoring Vancouver. 1 minute of added time. Porter. Rio Coker. Mesquita. Badisher. Can't get the ball in. Rio Coker. Holt. Kofi. Hume. Can't get past Hudson. Holt tries to tackle it forward. It does fall, but Clark saves that shot from Holt. And that is that. Yeah, it's been a dominant performance. Keep going, and we can still win. Goodness knows that a little bit more luck. And that ball goes in the back of the net. Let's keep going. Stats don't lie, and stats tell me 7 corners. Ooh. Just need ball in net. Oh, that's not good. Leverone off the field, please. Don't need you getting injured. Gallardo intercepted. Hume now looks for options. Rio Coker plays it forward to Holt. Jason Holt is there. Jason Holt scores! Jason Holt on the break, his second of the season. The young DP midfielder makes it 1-0. And Leverone will be off for Felbab. Rio Coker with the great assist. Into Holt. Didn't wait. First timed it past Clark. Well struck goal there. Long ball there from Columbus is picked up by Gantar. Gantar waits and then kicks. Can't get it to Hume, but Rio Coker is there. Badisher to Mesquita. Rio Coker. Kofi. Holt. Rio Coker. Mesquita. Holt. Good possession from Vancouver as they try to find a way through the Columbus defense. Nearly losing possession there, but still with it. Rio Coker does find Mesquita. Mesquita saved by Clark. Up to 4 clear-cut chances. Holt's corner picked up by Clark. Alright, I think this is the time where we bring Darren Mattocks in for Ian Hume. Welcome back to the team, Mr. Mattocks. And Mattocks will get a half hour to make his mark. Anor, Viana, Hudson, Francis, Finley, George, Francis, Finley. Crosses it, snuffed out by Kleber. Kyle Porter for Mattocks. He's got 3 defenders ahead of him. Doesn't care. Kleber, Kofi, Porter, Mattocks blocked. Porter tackled. Porter goes for Mesquita, but that cross is intercepted. Rio Coker, though, to Holt. Mattocks turns and fires, but he's offside. Holt's done well, but I want him fresh. So Carlos Curry, in you come to the attacking mid-roll. Hudson. And Holt for Curry. Dominic Rituro coming into the fray. Yellow cards for the yellow crew. And it looks like things may remain 1-0 here. Barring... Oh, Parkhurst. What a waste. One of only 2 shots they've had all game. And Parkhurst scuffs it well wide. And there's a card for Hudson. Kleber. Free kick is on target. Doesn't really challenge the keeper, though. 3 minutes added time. Piano replaced by Kwambe. Could this be the late equalizer Columbus was searching for? Not with that kind of response. And Dominic Gantar, the youngster. Is it directly to George in midfield, but Kofi is there to help his keeper out. Curry looks for Mattocks and has found him. Mattocks saved by Clark. Good chance there for Mattocks, though. The 5th clear-cut chance of the game for the Caps. Mattocks getting his feet back after that injury. Mesquita. Looking for Felbab near post. Could not find him. Beitashour now. No hurry to take this throw, just winding down the clock. Curry. Mesquita. Finds Kofi. Porter. Kleber. Kofi. Curry. Mattocks blocked, but he's offside. We have made the 93rd minute. All we have to do now is blow his whistle. He's offside as Bernardo Añor. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. There it is! That is it. 1-0 for Vancouver. A road win on the back of Nigel Reo-Coker's assist to Jason Holt. An excellent, excellent win. Well done. That was indeed a good win for us. Darren Mattocks returns from injury. And life is all well and good. Alright, so that victory does very well for us. Solidifies our hold on 4th place. Making as much as we can out of our games in hand on LA and Seattle. Though we now give games in hand to Portland and RSL, who are chasing us in the standings, but will not be able to catch us. I'm sorry, that's a 28. Only Portland has games in hand on us. My apologies. Up next, it's San Jose away. So we'll see how that goes. You saw the news headline there. I am looking to try and trade with Philly to try and get Zach McMath to replace Joe Bendick as our backup keeper. We will see how that goes there. Callum Ferguson, not so interested in you. Not so interested in you. And, oh, just a bruised thigh. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, and San Jose will be up next time on Blue and White. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this show, please subscribe to me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rituro. Subscribe to me on YouTube, youtube.ca/SteelSwords. Follow me on Twitter @ThatRituroGuy. My name is Rituro, and we'll see you next time.